still ride a wheelie? All right, Little Red, can you still do a burnout? Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a good little while since we did a little CT125 video, but I just wanted to come on here and do a little 3-year review, or however long. So we got this in February of 21, and I'll put the video up here of how we got it. You know, it was kind of crazy. We reserved one in Honda of Chattanooga, and it went out of business during the reserve period, and it was the world was crazy back then, and it was just one of them things. But anyway, long story short, I'm still loving this bike just the way I did when I very first got it. It's been great. I've got 4,580 miles on it. Maybe I should have 10,000, but I've got some other bikes, and try to spread the love around. But I know you guys really like this little bike, and a lot of you guys have went out and got one because of this channel. And I don't really want to not do videos on it, but I just, sometimes I like to ride the DR. I need to get somewhere faster or whatever, and I got the Himalayan and now the T-Dub, so it's just tough to get out there and do them all, and luckily today is beautiful. It's almost 70 degrees here in upstate South Carolina, and I got the little bike out today and rode it around, and it just felt great. I've been cooped up in the cold, in the house, trying to dodge the cold all winter. And I do try to ride a little bit in the wintertime, but it's just been busy. But anyway, like I said, guys, I'm still really impressed with this machine. It's been, I guess, 3 years or so since we went down to Kings Bay Honda in South Georgia on the Florida line there, Georgia-Florida line, and scooped this little bike up for a really good deal. And I've had just hours and hours and days of fun on it. We've just had a good time with it. It still carries all the gear. It still does really good. I'm super proud of it. I haven't really done anything to it other than servicing it. It's time for a new back tire. We're running these IRCs, and the back tire's getting down. I think I put that thing on there when it had less than 1,000 miles on it, so we got 3,500 miles or something on there. The front one's still looking pretty good. And also, guys, what I'd like for you to do, you guys pay real close attention to the channel. I'm going to do a giveaway for this Kimi Moto center rack. I don't really use it. It fits really good and it works really well, but I want to share it with you guys. I'll include all the hardware, and we'll probably do like an Instagram video. So go down below and go follow me on Instagram. I'll probably just do it, have you guys comment down there below on Instagram. In the comments, I'll do a little post, and I'll let you guys know when I'm going to do it. But I've got some other things I'd like to give away. I've got these Kimi Moto rear foot pegs. They're pretty cool. They mount to the swing arm, so you go up and your feet go up and down a little bit. But if you need to carry a passenger, in an emergency, if you got a seat for that, I'm going to give those away. And I also have a little thing that bolts right here that has a ball mount for a ram mount. And I'm going to do a video soon and show you guys a hybrid ram to quad lock. It's which Cody uses, and he told me about it, and it's really cool because you can quickly detach it from anything. Like, I'm going to put one on my tractor. I got one in the Samurai, and I'm going to get it where I can just swap it out. But the way this bike is set up is fine. So I'm going to do a giveaway on this. It bolts here, and it's got that little stud sticking out. I don't have it with me because we're out in the woods, or I'll show you guys. But keep an eye out for those giveaways, and we'll put them up soon. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, man, no complaints. It's still doing great. Basically all I have to do is keep the oil changed in it. I checked the valves on it, and they were dead on. I need to do a video on checking those. I was just in a hurry that day. But it still cleans up really good. I did end up breaking this mount. It's going to be tough to see. I have another video on it, I think. But there's a mount in here, and this mount bolts here to the tag bracket, and it's just kind of flimsy. and it ended up breaking this little mount inside here that holds this the rack and the little factory toolbox. So John put me a piece of angle in there, fixed that up. What ended up happening is, you know, we took it out west with us out to Forest out in Idaho, and one night Charlie got lost and couldn't make it to us. He was carrying our gear for us and using it, and he got lost, and it was on the trailer, and it was like 60 miles of really rough banging around. So this thing just shook and shook and shook and broke it loose. But luckily it landed on the trailer and it didn't get lost, so that wasn't too bad. So it's definitely got a ton of trailer miles on it going out west, you know, sitting on a trailer for 2,800 miles. But then Charlie was able to ride it around a good bit at camp and go get supplies for us, and he really enjoyed it. I think he might want to get one now. So, but anyway, you know, it's a review video, so enough about that. But you go back and watch all my reviews. I think I got one soon after I got it, and then one at 2,500 miles. And all these guys, they're all going to be the same. I don't have any complaints about the bike. Now, I will say that Forrest had told me that it was going to be tough to ride this at 10,000 foot elevation with factory gear and slow enough to not get kicked off because of these huge baby head rocks that's all over southern Idaho. And he was right. He rode his. There's a video. As a matter of fact, I'll put it up here for you guys, or down below for you guys to check out on Forrest's channel. And there's some on mine with his bike. But we rode it up there, and he did, and it made it really well until it got really steep. And his is actually geared down 13 tooth on the front, and I think it may be 2 or 3 teeth larger on the back. So it's geared down a good bit, but it still wasn't quite enough to get it up over those hills without helping it some. And you're talking some of the most treacherous riding that you'll ever do, though. So I'm not knocking the bike for that. I do wish Honda, if you're listening, maybe someday would have put the dual range on it. Before you can go back and watch some of my old videos. I'm like, nah, you don't really need dual range, and that's true around here. You're not really going to get this thing bogged off, especially if you're, you know, a small frame person. It's going to do whatever you need to, especially with a 13-tooth sprocket. But out there, if you live out west, Utah, Idaho, Montana, Northern California, where it's really steep and rocky, it would be really awesome if it had a dual range trans, because, you know, it doesn't really have enough suspension to just go KTM wheel in the air across all those rocks. You know, like those guys can really get across there. With this, you want to crawl, you know, and you can do that, but when it's really steep and high elevation, you're down on power because the air's thinner, and you're having to help it a little bit, get off and push, or duck paddle, whatever you want to call it. But Forrest got it to make it up there. It was a job, but he made it. And you know, he definitely admitted that his CT90 was easier to get up there because of the dual range trans. So, you know, Honda, put that thing on there. I'm still really pleased with this machine, and I'm still gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. You know, it's just been great. It's hard to explain if you've never ridden one why it's fun. It's you know, it's just it brings me back 40 years ago, I guess you'd say, or 35 years ago or something, when I had the little C70 that I had when I was a kid. So you get on this and people are like, what are you doing riding that? It's like, well, take it for a ride and you'll see, you know. So, but you know, the pretty much factory bike except for the exhaust. And I put this Apache 4800 on the back. You can pick these up at Harbor Freight, and Harbor Freight has some really resilient, awesome toolbox drawer liner that you can put down on this, and it still hasn't scratched that. So that's just something to protect your rack, the factory rack or whatever. But try to change the oil in it about every 2,000 miles. It says you can go 3,000, but you know, we're always on the road really fast, and probably hard on the oil getting it hot and stuff. But just this tire is all we need to do next. And oh yeah, it still has the factory chain. I'm almost at the end of my adjustment though, so we'll probably try to get like a DID chain for it, and I'll do a video on that when we change that out. But still has the factory air filter. Believe it or not, I took it out several times. It looks clean as a whistle, so I just kind of knocked the dirt off of it and put it back in there. I'll probably do an air filter on it soon, and we'll do a video on how to get to it the easiest way. It's not too bad. And oh yeah, I did have to put a battery in it. The battery, it just right before we went out west, this charging port that I put on here, right here, it was coming on randomly, and I finally bought the little kit to wire it up where it wires up with the headlight coming on, so it goes off now. But sometimes I'd go down to the shop and it'd be on, and it just took its toll on the factory battery. So I just went ahead and replaced that factory battery with the same thing, because I mean it lasted 3 years, you know, close to it. So, but keep your eye out, guys. Like I said, we're gonna do a giveaway for these little items that I have. And I did a poll. I did a poll on my community page, and you guys said just do a long form video, not live, to give us stuff away. So what we'll do is I'll make a little quick post that we're gonna do it on Instagram, and you guys keep an eye out for that, and that'll be really soon. And hey, spring's coming. Today's beautiful, you know, end of February. It's beautiful today. It's gonna be I think the warm weather's coming here in March probably. This is South Carolina, so it could snow tonight, you never know. But we got some crazy weather. You go to work freezing to death and get off burning up. So, but anyway, let's keep riding this thing, try it out, make sure everything's gonna go well with it still for another 4,000 miles. I'm sure it will. And you guys keep riding along. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for toughing it out. I know I have 100 other videos, and it's tough to get the little CT in there with everything else sometimes, but it's still up on the top of the bikes that I own, guys. I still really love it. Like I said, 21st or February 2021 is when we got it, and it's just been a good machine. I can't complain about it. Oh, I think Honda's releasing one in yellow, which is really cool, I heard. So I'm a fan of that. Cody's got the little yellow teed up, so I like flashy colors. But all right, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Don't forget to go over to our Instagram page and give us a follow there, so you can be alerted when we do the giveaways. And come back for the next one, guys. And I really appreciate you guys, each and every one of you, for following along on the channel. We're like 5,400 now, so that's great. All right, guys, take care.